Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the AVAIL Airdrop, something that has been a good surprise today. I don't think many people were expecting it. And we're going to talk about what it's about, how to claim it, how to find out if you were eligible, maybe you weren't eligible, and maybe we can find out why. So let's get into it. But before we do, as always, just remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. And most importantly, we are so close to the Bitcoin halving. We are literally 22 hours away. So this is going to be probably the biggest high impact event of this cycle. As you guys know, we've already had the Bitcoin ETF, or the first one approved. We've had a couple approved after. We've got the Bitcoin halving tomorrow, and we've got hopefully Ethereum ETF's approval on the horizon. With that being said, the crypto market has been very volatile. You probably have seen Bitcoin ranging from like $65,000 to $60,000, Ethereum ranging from $3,200 to about $2,800, and all the altcoins have done very similar moves. Now, I won't talk about sort of what we've been doing on that in this video, but it should give you an idea of how poorly some of the airdrops have been doing. As you guys know, Wormhole and Parcel, they've just been selling off, and these were some of the expected to be most lucrative airdrops in the space. So today we were scrolling around on Twitter. In fact, somebody in our private group, the Web3 Secret Society, brought it up, and it was a post from CC2 Ventures, one of the infamous airdrop hunters, basically saying, well, here's a claim. It's available right now. You can go check it out. Basically, if you've used Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, or Polygon ZK EVM, you likely qualify. And you sort of just go through this, and you can sort of find out, how you're doing on this. By the way he posted this was pretty sketchy. I'll be honest with you. Like, no one who's not hacked doesn't say this. I'm not hacked, by the way. Like, just because of like how things were being posted, it just didn't look right. He got 9,444 AVAIL, so that's pretty solid. So for those of you who aren't sure about AVAIL, well, AVAIL is a sort of unification layer for Web3. This is something that many people have been talking about before, but it sort of faded into the woodwork as we've gotten deeper into this cycle. I think there was a lot more noise on this last year, but they did follow up with a tweet of their own talking about the airdrop. Now, if you follow Barry Crypt on Twitter, he was able to put together this, which I'm sure he got it from the documents. Saved me some time and having to find it. But basically, there were 5 different ways that you could qualify, and you could use multiple wallets to check it out. The first was being a blockchain ecosystem developer. This is something that we know has been rewarded in the past. Basically, if you are in GitHub and you're sort of doing things, it's pretty good. If you use the incentivized testnet, I'm going to assume here that those people got rewarded somewhat significantly, because the way you got to look at this is it might look like incentivized testnet contributors get 49.5 million tokens. But what you also got to realize here, it's a small amount, but there's probably a lot more people, if they had looser criteria, who this was divided between, right? So I would say the blockchain ecosystem developers are likely something that is way more has way more payoff, because there are fewer of them around. And basically, if you're a roll-up user, so if you used Arbitrum 1, used Optimism mainnet or Polygon ZK EVM or Starknet ZK Sync, and you've used high activity, so you've been farming it, you would have earned something. Now, this is the biggest component, but like I said, I think this is over-farmed. So most people, and let's just take a look at CC2 Venture. CC2 Venture on his wallet got 347 in this criteria, which that tells me, just because I'm not looking at Polygon stakers here, definitely this was just the activity. And this is, a very well-seasoned airdrop farmer. So I would expect that the number for this is not that high. Maybe, if you went really ham, maybe you got 1,000 tokens from that. Now, the next one And one that I think is really cool is Polygon proof of stake stakers. So if you staked Matic in alignment with the eligibility criteria, 70 million. This is another thing that I think very few people did. However, those few people are not limited to the Web3 Secret Society, because back in February, mid-February, and I think I made a video on this at some point as well, talking about why I stake Matic. I even used the Avail network here. You see it. I was picking up Matic token. I've staked 1650 Matic on the ETH mainnet in an attempt to qualify for airdrops on the horizon, such as Avail, although the snapshot might be taken, and others. I basically walked through the process on how to do it. There were some significant fees, like $30 or whatever for gas. It was a bit more to bridge. And because of that, it really helped me out when it came to this. You could have also been a significant community contributor. So that's another thing that kind of is similar to blockchain ecosystem developers, really into like spending your time helping, but sometimes you don't get paid for that. So it's hard to try to do that for everything. So guys, if you do want that kind of alpha, if you want to make sure that you're not sitting there wasting time and you're actually getting the most out of the airdrops when they come out, and you're sort of part of our very regular, probably like every other day or sometimes every day streams that we do within the group, well, you can join the Patreon. I won't say YouTube anymore. So this is the Web3 Secret Society, where we do the extra coaching, guidance, and support. At the end of this month, I will be closing down the YouTube memberships, only because I am going to start implementing a cap on the number of people that we can have in the private group. I believe we currently have about 30 or so on YouTube. We've got over 100 on Patreon. I'm going to cap it, and I'm going to increase the rate for people starting May. So those who join in, before May 1st, you will get the $20 a month rate. And those who join after, well, you know what? Just to make sure we're going to keep this information really valuable and within the community, I'm going to raise the price, just only fair to those who've been part of it for a long time. Now, one thing I will say here is don't be like this idiot who basically, it's so funny because you get an email on YouTube when people post comments, and this person, what I saw here was not at all what they wrote the first time. And they were just fumbling all over their words, basically trying to say, oh my God, $20 a month, so greedy. It's like, yeah, well, if you can provide lack of quality, then I understand why, $20 a month seems so expensive. But, one of the things we are doing here is making sure that we're going to prioritize, especially in this market where it's PvP. Let's just be honest here. If you're looking at other YouTubers and groups and stuff, what you should have seen in the last month or so is people are gatekeeping a ton more information. And as a result of it, I've had to not hide stuff, but really pivot how we're going to move this private group, really putting a focus on making sure the people in the group are prioritized over everybody else. And to do that, I'm also going to make sure I have to spend a little less time on YouTube. That's unfortunate. But this is sort of the last thing I will say. Like I said, it will be $60 starting in May. And all of those people on YouTube, we're going to cancel the membership. So please don't sign up with YouTube. Please sign up with Patreon. Save yourself the $5 and lock it in if you want to. Like I said, you don't have to do it. Up to you. Now, to claim the Avail project airdrop, what you have to do is go to the website. I put the link in the description. Please make sure it says claim.availproject.org. I do everything to make sure I don't get hacked. But also, if you ever follow anyone else's links, make sure it is this. Then you can claim your eligibility. And before you even go and get the Avail wallet, which I think is the last step, you should go through each of these and try to connect and claim. So for myself, I've already claimed 7208 Avail. You have got 15 days and 23 hours to claim this. So you got some time. There's also no incentive to claim it right away. Why? Well, the rewards are sent to your Avail wallet only once the mainnet launches. So just make sure that you don't, make sure that you don't just forget about it by putting this off. So what I did was I went through here, I verified eligibility. Maybe I'll just sign the message again. What you have to do is I'm just going to put this in my ledger. We'll hit continue. We will sign this contract. And when you do that, it will tell you how much you have. But if you haven't claimed it, you'll have 3 steps. The next step will tell you to connect your Avail wallet. Well, if you are like me and you didn't get an Avail wallet, what you've got to do is you can either click on read more here, how to set up an Avail wallet, click this button, or you just go to the link that I provided because it takes you to this document page, and Sub Wallet app is probably the easiest. You go in here, you get the extension, you add it to Chrome. It's very similar to MetaMask, very simple to do. Once you're done that, go back to this page, then click on the button that's here that will say, connect. Once you do that, it'll say you've claimed, it'll show like this, and you're good to go. Now, if you're feeling brave, you can go in and do GitHub. I will be checking my StockNet wallet. I checked the others that didn't qualify, but you never know. I uninstalled my Argent X. I took all my money off StockNet after that entire snafu. Looks like I'm going to be downloading that browser extension for just a second to check and see if I got it. Because remember, guys, it doesn't matter what you think. Just try anyways. Sometimes you'll be surprised. I've heard from people who said, hey, I didn't think I qualified, but I tried it anyways. And wow, I actually got this one. So you never know. You got nothing to lose. Okay. Now, one thing that is causing a bit of a scene on Twitter is the fact that apparently the Avail team mentioned that they were going to drop for Dimension stakers. Now, it might be possible that they have something else coming. I'm not sure. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but otherwise that's pretty sus, and that's unfortunate because that's another way that a lot of us, especially those of you watching the channel, you already know how I feel about Dimension and Celestia, right? There are 4 tokens that I stake that I tell you guys every single time: Ethereum, Celestia, Dimension, Matic. There's a reason for that, and today Matic is paying off big. So this is, really cool. I think you should check it out. Make sure that if you are eligible, you check all your wallets regardless. Claim whatever you can. I don't think it matters if you get it all to go in the same Avail wallet, but maybe just be safe and have different wallet addresses for each so they don't try to cyber behavior you out. And I think it is worth it. So definitely go check it out. I think it's exciting. We should hopefully get this hopefully the mainnet comes very, very soon. And I do appreciate what James is saying. The group is really worth its price. Guys, remember, you have until the end of April to get in on the discounted rate. After the fact, the price is going to go up. And with that price increase will also come a cap for the entire private group. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you check out Avail. Make sure you claim if you can. Make sure you tell your friends, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.